Hey y'all, Kevin Hutchison here with Realty Austin, and I am grateful to be a part of Stories Inside the Man Cave, a homegrown podcast just like my own business.
How many times have you said that this week?
They suck big time.
I've never seen anything like that, whether there or in my lifetime, that an OU team played that poorly and Texas dominate the way it did in that game.
Oh, Sean, I mean, if I died right now, I would rest peacefully. Because really, that's all I needed to see. I don't need a canary diamond. I don't need world peace. I just need to shut out OU in my lifetime, put me in the ground, rest in peace, Tess Sawyer. I have lived.
Hey, Tess is going to be on one for this episode. That, for those watching maybe in other parts of the country, Texas OU, in our minds, in this program, is the greatest rivalry in college football. It is unique. The Cotton Bowl, the old girl, poor girl, she's still standing proud. She's leaky. She's got a few things that needs to be patched up. But
she's unattractive.
She's unattractive, but she's beautiful in her own way in the state fairgrounds. Unbelievable.
She has a great personality.
Yeah, the Cotton Bowl. She has a wonderful personality. She looks great on a sunny day on Saturday, the second Saturday in October.
She looks great in the dark.
We've been there.
Yes, we have. That's why you turn the lights out, Sean.
Turn it out. They all look the same.
That's right. You don't have to see what you're doing.
You don't even know who's there. Hey, Installment 7, Tuesdays with Tess and Pickin Football, brought to you by our guys, Honest AC and Plumbing. They're kind of wanting us to shift from the AC part and remind people, hey, everyone has plumbing issues, and they're honest. They live by the handshake agreement. And also, pretty soon, I mean, down here in the South, we like to turn our heat on when it gets below 60.
Yeah, for one day in February.
One day in February. Get those heaters maintenance. Call our guys, David, Will, those guys at Honest AC and Plumbing. And last time I checked, they said that we need to get you some honest swag, Tess.
Ooh,
honest
I would love that.
swag.
Little hat.
Little hat.
Belt. Coordinated.
A new visor.
Ooh, that would be nice.
That's real nice. Real nice. So the Golden Hat Trophy is what these Horns and Sooners play for. It hasn't been here in Austin since 2018. It's now here. And this is what your guy, DeMarvian Overshone. Check out the smile on the guy's face up on the podium at the Cotton Bowl after they absolutely destroyed OU.
So going out our senior year with that hat in Austin, it means a lot more to us. And, just credit to the coaches, like they told us early on in the week, they was going to write the script and we had to make the movie. So, they put us in positions to execute, and we was able to go out there and, now when people ask us about our senior year, what happened with the OU game, we tell them with a smile on our face, yeah, let's go ahead and sit down.
Overshone won an Oscar.
You won an Oscar for that.
He's an Academy Award winner. All beautiful. The guys are.
The script was well written.
I love the analogy.
He's a smart guy from ARP, Texas. That's out in East Texas with the Pines.
ARP, baby. Not AARP, just ARP. Single A.
He's just getting NIL checks, not AARP checks like we are here in about 10 years, 10 or 15.
Boy's too young to be in the AARP.
That boy's too young to be collecting. So have you been around the Golden Hat? Have you actually put it on?
I have never put it on.
Mm-mm.
I thought it was made out of chocolate.
No.
I'm
L'Oreal
kidding.
may have a chocolate golden hat. L'Oreal Sarkeesian, that is.
That's right. No, I mean, it looks like a Cadbury egg to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could just peel it off and be like, chocolate hat. But it's like, I've never touched it. I don't know if it's heavy. I don't know if that's spray paint. It's not solid gold, I'm guessing. What does it feel like? Have you touched it?
I've touched it.
This sounds so bad.
I touched it on the rim.
I touched it. I touched myself.
I touched it a little bit. Almost touched myself. It's
Touched it on the tip.
on the tip. Just rubbed it with my thumb.
No,
on
but
the rim.
seriously, have you really held it?
No, I just I touched it. I don't know.
Oh,
why.
okay. What does it feel like? Is it smooth?
Smooth. It's smooth and
Shiny.
gold. It's like it had manscaped.com products all over it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
By the way, manscaped.com, you know,
that's
your
right.
significant other or the men in your lives, man, we need it. We don't have to go into it, but yeah, the golden hat trophy, it's smooth, and it would be a good endorsement for manscaped.com.
Yeah, got to keep it smooth and clean.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad it's back.
Yeah.
Where it belongs. Hopefully, it will stay in Austin for many years to come.
Many years to come.
Continue to celebrate this glorious moment.
Glorious moment. So you look back at that game. It's been, I think what was it, the 118th Red River Rivalry?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a valid question? Is Texas this good, or is OU this bad? Because OU obviously missing their quarterback due to concussion protocol, Dylan Gabriel. I think he would have made a difference, but I don't know about that much of a difference. I think they would have scored 14, probably 20. Right.
I don't know. I think it's like, so of course everybody from OU and Tech wants to say the only reason, Texas is acting like they won a natty. All they did was beat the worst OU team in the last 10 years, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, the thing is, yes, I do think they are not good. It's not just their offense. Their defense is terrible too.
Yeah.
So, but I think we're really good, especially when Quinn is healthy. And all of our players are healthy and not out on some, bogus targeting call, or, we're kind of getting, everybody is back now. And I know Billingsley is coming back too. And it's just like, we have just like the best ingredients. Like every position is just money in the bank. And I just don't know, like the way I saw them play, I don't think it was just that OU was bad. I think that we were also just really good. It helps that OU is bad. But I felt like we would have beat Alabama last Saturday. Easily.
Yeah, good point.
Just like we should have beat them when we played them the first time. We won that game. We lost by a point. Quinn got hurt. I really think if we went back and played it again, we would beat them. No question.
Well, we're going to get to that piece because, there are some really good games coming up, but this weekend we're going to pick them, but we'll get to that here later in the show. When you look at the yardage, I mean, Texas had 34 first downs to 11. That's indicative of an awful, awful OU offense because the quarterback. They had some skilled guys. And then defense, I thought their defense, OU's defense they had some dudes. But the good example that I bring, that the physicality was taken away from that defense in the second quarter. The second quarter. It looked like OU, when I saw the replay, it looked like OU gave up about midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, it looked like they put like their fourth string in and they were just like, we're done. We're tired. We're going home. We're going to
the house.
Yeah.
We're going to the house.
Going home.
So this screen I'm bringing up, I call it the OU notables. The notables from the 49-0 Texas win over the Sooners. So until Saturday, OU had scored at least one time in 311 straight games. The largest margin of victory by Texas over Oklahoma ever. And it was OU's biggest shutout loss ever. First time in school history that OU has had back-to-back losses by 30-plus points.
Yeah, they're making history. And I'll write the damn book. This is great. They are making history, and I can't believe I'm witnessing it. I mean, this is just, it's so nice.
It's so nice. It really is.
So refreshing.
Refreshing. I love that picture, by the way. Sark,
I do too. I love that. Their little class picture. I think it's great. It's their school picture.
It is.
And I love those stats. I mean, that's really amazing. Like I said, I feel like we witnessed history. There might possibly not be a time in either one of our lives that we ever see that again. I mean, the chances are extremely slim.
Very slim.
You know?
If you go back when Mac started in 98, Stoops started in 99, Mac got the first one, stormed back, and then OU reeled off 5 straight. I mean, not just beating Texas, whipping the hell out of Texas.
That's right.
Except 01 and 02. They were good games, but 03, OU put a 60 bagel on it, and 2000. 4 was 12-0. Then Vince destroyed them. But it wasn't by 49 points. In 06.
And they've never had a donut. And it's
never had a
been
donut.
so tasty.
Yeah. Bavarian cream all over it.
Big fat jelly donut for you, OU.
So all this makes me wonder, Tess, do you ever wonder what it's like in Norman, Oklahoma right now?
It's probably really quiet. There's probably a lot of divorces.
Oof.
And maybe like, people moving out of each other's houses and there's probably a lot of people that maybe they couldn't even go into work. They were so sad.
Potential. I know from.
There was nobody working at the Burger King in OU.
That would be
burger.
They have Burger King, but they have Brahms, so they may have.
Okay, I'm sorry. The Brahm was just empty. Nobody was there.
That's a Shawnee,
bug us. I think they're a little bit in shock.
Yeah.
I really do. Well, the Tech fans are being more vocal than the OU fans. The Tech fans have plenty to say.
Oh, they're still talking.
Texas, blah, blah, blah. Texas, blah, blah, blah. We can't wait for y'all to go to the SEC. And they were like saying, we made such a big deal out of this game. And then my whole point is, well, we never rushed the field. We never stormed the field.
Never.
We never pushed players. Because we act like we've been there before.
That's a good point. That's a
you
valid
act like
point.
You've been there. This is not. And then it's so funny because Tech is like, well, we were excited because we beat our rival. And I was like, y'all aren't our rival. Why y'all thinking y'all are a rival? Y'all are just another team that we play. I consider
good,
OU
healthy
our rival.
Program.
Yeah, OU is our rival. That's why it was such a big game, and that's why we're celebrating. But we still didn't storm the field.
That didn't happen.
Nasty.
So it makes you wonder, what could OU be doing right now? Because there's got to be a way to right the ship. And I know this isn't an OU podcast, but I'm absolutely ecstatic for where the direction Texas is going. They got a tough test this week, but is Oklahoma really that bad? People are calling for Brent Venables, which is stupid, calling for his job. They didn't overnight become bad coaches.
And Lincoln Riley kind of, put a little number on him. So, I mean, they were kind of left with, excuse my French, their dick in their hands. And so, and Venables came in and was like, what, I'm supposed to clean up this garbage mess. So I think attacking Venables is ridiculous as well. Yeah. He just got, my gosh, he came into kind of a really hard situation. Yeah. Lincoln Riley leaving, taking some of the best players. The morale, the fans, everything. Venables, my gosh, give the guy a break. I don't think criticizing him should be anything. I think if he's doing even what he's doing right now with what he's been given, is pretty good. And I don't think that it's not coaching. I mean, obviously it's a factor, but
right. Yeah.
Come on. Give the guy a little bit of
Give him a little bit of a break. So the game that lost and 3 straight losses and a 49-0 loss to your big rival will age a coach a little bit. Looks like Venables aged a little bit.
Everything, every week, and looking under every rock, behind every door. So we're evaluating a bunch of things right now.
God, he
needs
some Rhododendron
like potatoes or something.
That was Ted Roof, by the way, the defensive coordinator.
It's a little bit like Santa Claus.
God, Brent, God, that's what this game will do to you when you lose like that.
Wow. Turn you into an old blue hair. Before you know it. Go out on the field, you come back, you're 80.
Said they're looking under rocks for solutions.
Well, I mean, you're in the middle of the season now. I mean, this is probably the hardest part of the season. I mean, I don't know if looking under rocks is it. I think it's just now they should just be like, it's like they're on Survivor now.
Yeah.
Like they're living off white rice and like seawater. And like they are going to have to they're just going to have to just survive. Like just make it through, and then you can regroup, because if you're at this point, there's nothing phenomenal gonna happen. I mean, it's not like they're gonna come out and turn it around overnight, I think just survive, don't lose any more games. 49-0 would be a good goal for the rest of the year, and then if they win some, great. I mean, but that would be my thing, is just don't die.
Yeah. OU's having, it's kind of weird. They're having kind of I don't know, this game determines a lot of trajectory of seasons. Like after this game last year, after that great first half last year, Texas went south.
Well, it's right. And I mean, now they have, they're playing Kansas next week.
Yeah.
And other hard games. I mean, it's not going to get any easier. I mean, this is the uphill part of the schedule for most everybody. But I mean, I love it. It's awesome.
It's good. Good for people.
I waited years for this. So, and honestly, I didn't even wish this upon them. I didn't even think it would be this bad. I just wanted to win. I didn't want to pile drive them, but that's what we did. So
the fans there, I've never seen it. The OU fans, listen, they are just like Texas fans. It's a little bit of different culture up there. But from what I saw, there was no trash talk. They dispersed out of the stadium fairly quickly.
With their tails between their legs?
Yeah, and there was trash talk, but for the most part, what could they say?
I mean, how do you trash talk? 49-0.
Yeah,
what do you say? I mean, you know what you do? You just hide your head and you just I got to get out of here. And then you go home and take off your OU stuff and and then don't get on Twitter for a month.
Yeah.
But I mean, how could you trash talk? I mean, I've never seen anything like that. I mean, we've lost to OU, but I mean, it's just not like a goose egg. I mean, that was just the worst.
I mean, they got a piece of what it felt like to be Texas in this game.
Yes, a awaited piece.
11
long awaited piece.
11 and 13. No, 11 and 12. And 03 for sure. And 2000. I mean, there were ridiculous margins of victory.
That's right. And that's why I think it felt so good just to shove it up, because it was I even saw an interview with Major Applewhite, and he was like, the only thing that I'm mad about is that kicker missed that point because I wanted it to be 52-0.
Where'd you see Major's interview?
Somewhere on Twitter. It was his, they were interviewing him about his team, but of course they asked him about Texas OU, which has, because I think he's with at an Alabama school. but it was online, and he goes, yeah, the only thing I wanted, he goes, I want to have words with that kicker because I wanted it to be 52-0.
Oh, Auburn, he missed it. He was 7 of 7 on extra point attempts, but he missed his one field goal attempt.
That was like the only thing. But I mean, God bless him. I think he's been a really good kicker. And other than that, and we still won exponentially. It wasn't determined by a field goal. So it's okay, Auburn. Shake it off.
It's okay there, buddy.
Shake it off, buddy.
And
Bijan back next week.
Bijan had his back in the interview session. So as the Horns move forward, Sark he said something that really resonated with me. He's very intentional with what he does. But I don't want to ruin it, but this is what he said this week so far of what he's noticed and how the team has responded to that type of a win they had in Dallas.
I watch the intent of our players. I watch the focus. I watch the mental intensity. I think our guys are really dialed in. I listen at practice, and when you listen to conversations, it's about what's going on the play or the adjustment that needs to be made on either side of the ball, or there's communication if the twos are in the ones or watching and talking about what they would do or how to play the play. So to me, that tells me they're dialed into what we're trying to do. Body language says a lot.
I mean, it gives you an insight to his type of coaching and that staff, and you can feel that vibe. There's a vibe there.
Well, you can see it on the field too. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt that they're not dialed in. I mean, I think he's doing a phenomenal job. I mean, Mr. The Ohio State, Mr. Kirk Herbstreit said he was his top ranked coach this week with what he pulled off. So I'm like, kudos to you. Some of the analysts are even, I think he's doing an amazing job. And I think it's reflected by the way we're playing.
Yeah. You can see it. And I'll tell you this, listen, a lot of people gave me hell for when Stephen F had to play an NAIA school as a non-conference because they had some opponents back out and Stephen F beat them 98-0. Mm-hmm. All right. It's hard to do that and shut out a team in relation to Texas in that atmosphere. I know that there's waves of momentum and emotion in that game. You feel it in the stands, you feel it in the field. But to beat your opponent and shut them out and to continue. I mean, Texas scored 7 touchdowns.
It was glorious.
Quinn, he had 10 incompletions, but he was putting it in the spots. He was dropping dimes and just
he's the magic man. He's got the magic hands.
He does. He's that guy. NIL deal, I saw that Sonic commercial. Did you see that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Sonic with him and
they gave them the tasting menu. Quinn and Xavier are like, what are you going to order? And then they go into Sonic, and literally Sonic is like, y'all aren't ordering anything. We're going to give you one of everything we have, like 10 ocean waters, 5 cherry limeades, every version of a tot. I was like,
tots for touchdowns, tots for TDs.
That's right. No, I thought it was great.
So one thing that's so much fun about this game, we all have a Sooner in our circle, or vice versa. There's a few. I was one of the few.
I actually do not.
You don't?
That's on purpose.
Oh, wow. So 4 years ago, I met Eric Moore. He is a pastor at a non-denominational church on Anderson Mill Road here in Austin, Texas. He is a former Oklahoma quarterback from the 90s, mid-90s.
Okay.
Great dude. Just a good guy. And I did a story with him that aired on K-View here, and it was talking about what are you going to do with your congregation, because there are some former Longhorns football players in that congregation. Mm-hmm. Big Stevie Lee's one of them, and his wife, Summer, who was a former Texas cheerleader, Norman Watkins, the late, great Jason Reeves and his family.
Sir.
Beautiful. Eric's awesome. He says, I will let the Texas fans let them play the Eyes of Texas, and I'll stand there. And he says, oh, but if I win, the Boomer Sooner will ring through the church. Well, they played the Eyes of Texas this year, and they did it again this year. And this was absolutely a fun piece about this game. Pastor Moore took the Eyes of Texas like a champ.
What a good sport.
He's
With the Texas cheerleader standing right next to him.
oh God. Did you notice when Summer walked up on the stage, Stevie calls that her little cheerleader hop. I love that. Eric, much love to you, buddy. You're a good sport. You're a fine American. And I encourage everyone to go to see Eric and his wife, who are co-pastors and I just forgot the name. It's Summit Worship Center, Anderson Mill Road. It's a non-denominational. You see all colors of the world in there. I love it. Love it. Absolutely awesome. Love it. Do you recall ever having any issues parking in that area by the state fair?
I would never drive to the state fair, Sean, for a multitude of reasons.
Right.
One being the alcohol that I plan to consume during the OU game. And two, I always rode on buses or cars with other people. And I don't really recall the parking situation being that great in that area. But
it's not.
Okay. You experienced it firsthand.
I was spoiled for 17 times. Had a parking pass, and you park inside the state fairgrounds. Well, last year, Brian Mays and I've seen this happen before I heard about it. Brian Mays and we parked at a high school and walked about a mile and a half. Parked for $20. All right.
Very reasonable.
This year we roll up. We take a ride on Malcolm X. We see this, and for that neighborhood, these people live for that. They're making money off of space. I mean, people are paying random people to park in the CVS parking lot. And we roll up.
We're not. Got to make $1.
Oh, man. If you're not hustling, you're not trying.
That's right.
We saw that we roll up. This guy rolled up to Brian's driver's side. And he said, how much? And I mean, it's a nice little lot, formal building, not in business. He said, that'd be $40. I said, damn, inflation hit the Texas OU parking. And that guy took Brian's 220s and kind of noticed him kind of walking really fast across the street. We park right in this beautiful lot. And we turn around. It's a public library.
He took those 220s and went and bought 240s. I can tell you right now.
Went slits the bull over there. And I saw this DPD. I said, hey, are we good to park here? He said, you may be all right, but you may get a ticket. Or it may be towed. I don't know. It just depends how busy they are. And he said, who sold the tickets? We don't know where he is. He took off that away. So we roll
in the liquor store right now.
Oh my God. we go back on Malcolm X. these two people are fighting for our business. The younger gentleman jumps on the hood of Brian's car, tells us where to go. We roll in, and he said that'll be $40. So we paid. Do the math. And I was giving B. Mays hell. I just started laughing. I said, man, we're going to the game. This was the reaction to that. We got took twice. That's man. $80 to park in Big D. Well, parking in people's yards.
$40 as a donation. $80 to park.
You guys are so charitable.
A donation.
It's good. It's good.
It's good.
You would think after all the years you guys have been to OU, y'all would be a little bit more educated on the whole parking situation. That's cool. Y'all must have been so excited. Y'all just $40 sounds amazing.
Okay.
And I was
Make it rain.
How about 60? Take it all. Take everything I have.
It was
I'm here at the OU game.
the donation.
I was just so happy to be here at the
I'm
OU
here.
game.
We're gonna do it, and you're coming next year.
I will be there with you.
It's got
I
to.
may have to go up the night before though.
Yeah, well, we're not doing that. What we do.
I'm not really into this whole 5 a.m. shenanigan.
Maybe it'll be like 2007 and be 2:00.
If we could only dream. If we could just stop having 11 a.m. games altogether, if they could be abolished off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
There is no reason to have a kickoff at 11 a.m. ever.
No. Ever.
Again. Ever
Right.
again. So, but yeah, if it was 2:30, that'd be great. But I mean, I think you got to go up the night before.
Yeah. Live it up.
You got to be fresh.
Fresh. So fresh and so clean.
Fresh and ready.
Hey, Iowa State is coming to Austin.
That's right.
They
At
have
11 a.m.
So Iowa State has a great defense. They are nasty, dirty, just slug it out, greasy, grimy, physical. Their offense is terrible, and they win games like, oh my God, Tess. Have you noticed that about Iowa State?
Yeah, they're kind of dirty birds.
I mean, listen to this. Against FBS competition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's go Power 5 conferences. They did beat Iowa. That's the Cyhawk. They've scored 10, 24 is 34, plus 11 is 45, and 9 last week. So they've scored 54 points total against Power 5 competition.
I mean, we have to win this game. So, I mean,
At home.
yeah, it's at home, and we're not going to be at home again for like a month.
Good
So,
point.
yeah. So, if there's any reason to show up, put your butt in the seat, stay the entire game, stay through
Let's
the
go.
and cheer on these guys who just had an amazing game against our rivals. Like, show up and show them support so we can win this game, because you're not going to get to see them at home again until they play TCU on November 12th. So we're going to have some withdrawals here for a little bit of time. So go out, get your fix on Saturday. And I want people to show up. I want people to be loud as hell.
Do it.
Win this game.
Let's
And
go.
I will be there with one of the loudest humans I know on planet Earth. So
That's
got her in my arsenal.
That's Mama Lori, right?
That's right. It's my creator.
Oh.
She's coming with me. She's responsible for all of this.
She did a hell of a job, and Papa Gene.
With my
as well.
dad, of course. Yes,
Yeah.
it was a group effort.
They went half on a. They went half on a baby.
They
Or
did,
two of them.
but-
There were two of them.
But
actually.
she may be just slightly more obnoxious than I am,
That's
which is hard to believe.
I can't.
But
that
everybody
needs
in
to
my
be-
section will know on Saturday.
Oh my God, that is. I can't wait to see those photos, and man, you got to take videos of her cheering.
Oh, yes. gosh, the decibel level. So actually, so it's kind of good. I'm bringing out my most psychotic fan for this Iowa State game.
I love her. That's awesome.
Well, she loves the University of Texas and she loves the Longhorns. And so she's very passionate about it. As am I, which is kind of grew up, got a lot of that from her. But anyway, I'm pumped, and I hope we have my mom times 1,000 in that stadium on Saturday, so we can really show these guys how appreciative we are of the way they played last weekend, and we got to win this game.
Thumbs up or thumbs down that Texas shuts out Iowa State. Back-to-back shutouts.
Oh, Sean.
It's tough to do.
This is like my fantasy.
Oh.
Don't get any bad ideas. Football fantasy.
Oh, football. We're talking about football.
Gutter boy. Gosh, I don't know. Oh gosh. Well, I know their offense sucks. Maybe. It's a possibility. It could happen. I didn't think last Saturday could happen, but I mean, I don't know. I just don't want us, and I hate to use this word, but I don't want the rat poison up in DKR
Sark
on
said
Saturday because we just won, and I don't want to use, Saban's language, but at the same time, I just don't want us to be thinking, we're that badass. We don't have to do anything. We're just now getting our wheels are just now churning.
Yeah.
I think anything's possible for this team. If they play the way they played on Saturday, they can shut them out.
I'm going to
And
say,
if I hope if their defense is playing that dirty, that the refs' eyes are open, and that they're going to call them.
I'm going to say this: when you shut out an opponent, it rarely happens in this modern era. It does things up here, and it brings you together. It either does that or creates a ton of pressure. Or expectations, which expectations are good.
Right.
I'm going to say this is probably the last opponent that they could probably do that. I'm going to go thumbs up.
Oh, wow. This is exciting. And I do agree with you because after this, it's like Kansas State, TCU, OSU, which are all, I think, winnable games.
They're also losable.
This is true. But we need this game underneath our belt. It's a home game. It needs to not be. I just don't, I don't equate them with Tech. That's not going to be as upsetting to me as that school of fans that need to go to a dog obedience school. But I don't know. That if they shut him out, Sean, I'll be thrilled.
You going to go up or down?
Oh, I'm just talking.
Oh,
I'll go up.
it's a good one. And that
Horns
leads
up.
us. Let
them out, babies.
That is not a gig 'em. That is not gig 'em.
No, that's why I'll do double horns up.
Double horns up.
Mm-hmm.
So picking them with Tess has become something that one of our favorite pastimes. We're going into week 7, and we are knotted up.
Ha ha!
Again. Look at that. So I got to get the trusty writing utensil and the official bookkeeping notebook. So
Our score pad.
So here's listen, Tess, we gotta listen. I'm going to Nacogdoches for Stephen F. And I'll be able to see the horns in my hotel room. I may go to the bar or sit at the pool at the beautiful Fredonia Hotel.
You're gonna sit poolside and watch your little horns play.
Watch those little horns. I want to tell them. I want to use my alumni power. Tell them to put it on the bit. There's a big screen.
Well, as long as SFA is not playing the same time, why would they care?
They don't care. And yeah, it's
you'll just be like, I am in charge.
I'm in charge. Listen, we spend money here.
That's right.
I'm gonna find but you know what? I think we've had this conversation. I may want to watch that in my room, hotel room.
Sometimes I have to be alone.
Watch Texas.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to. I mean, I watched the end of the Texas Tech game alone for very good reason.
Yeah,
I'm very glad. That is why I do not have any sort of jail record. Squeaky clean. No, just kidding. Yeah, I'm excited to be there at the game, but I have no problem doing a one-on-one time with some of these games.
I just can't do it. It has to be someone that's like-minded.
Right.
And
right.
I got to focus. I can't
Very...
sit there and look up at a game like this.
Yeah, no. Or like one of those, the pool TVs are kind of bad. They've got like a nasty screen that somebody isn't, cleaned in days. They're like filled with bugs and you can't see anything. The remote doesn't work.
And DNA.
Yes. Over the hot tub.
Yeah.
Do not.
You got a gene
Stay
pool
away
over here.
from the petri dish. That is the hot tub of the hotel.
Good old gene pool.
Mm-hmm. Making things.
So we're going to find out a lot after this week. If I remember right, there are 5 matchups in the top 25, I believe, in which you have teams which have already won 5 games. And we'll begin with this top 10 matchup. Penn State, we still don't know about. And is Michigan really going to take the next step and challenge for that Big Ten championship and for the college football playoffs? And it's in Ann Arbor. Go Blue. Penn State.
Ooh, I wonder what time they're playing, because I really did kind of want to watch this game.
I do too. I bet it's at 11, like all the other screw jobs by.
Yeah, I might have to get my old DVR, dust the old DVR off.
It is at 11 a.m.
Are they playing at 11 a.m. too?
Yeah.
Mother effer. Jeez Louise. Well, I'm not going to be able to watch that. I'll just kind of like get on my phone and see what the score is, but I probably won't be that concerned if I'm at a live Texas game. But
right.
Okay, this is going to be a hard one. I'm looking at who I'm going to pick for my other ones. Hold on. Whew. Should I go for Penn State for the upset? Nittany Lions. I think I'm gonna go with Penn State.
Penn State.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. But I'm going with Harbaugh and Big Blue.
Okay.
I want to see people. I'm tired of people, in a good way. I'm tired of people on TikTok saying, "What has Michigan done to be in the top 5?"
Well,
what has anyone done to receive their ranking yet?
That's right. Well, it'll help them if they beat Penn State, but gosh, I don't know. I'm excited to watch that game, especially because we picked opposite. But I knew you were going to pick Michigan, so that's why I picked Penn State. So.
I think you're a fan. So Michigan whipped up on Colorado State, whipped up on Hawaii, shut out UConn, barely beat Maryland. Maryland, who's beaten Texas twice.
Yeah, Maryland's good, but all those other Hawaii?
No, they're not good. Michigan beat Iowa by 2 touchdowns, and then Michigan beat Indiana by 3. So I'm going to stick with Penn State. Penn State on the
I
other
thought you were
hand.
going to pick Michigan.
No, I am.
You are?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But Penn State barely beat Purdue. Good win. Whipped up on Ohio. Whipped up on Auburn. Whipped up on Central Michigan and beat Northwestern by 10.
Okay. I'm sticking with the Lions.
All right. So I think this is a critical game. In no other shape or form would I ever select this game. But I think this is a huge, huge, huge game for Oklahoma.
All right. Can I just point out one thing? On this screen, you notice how there's a little white number with a little pound sign next to every little team. Oh, yeah. There's one missing.
Yeah. OU does not have one of those.
It's because they're not ranked.
They're not ranked at all.
Sorry, I just wanted to
point that
notate
out.
that glorious graphic that you have presented.
She is not a Longhorn fan at all. All right. So this is make or break.
Yeah.
Gabriel returns. I
What's
personally,
the word on that, Sean? Have they said anything about him?
he'll play this week.
Okay.
They lose, they go. That'll be 4 straight losses. It'll be 0-4 in the Big 12.
They love that big 0, don't they?
I've seen OU lose once at home.
It'll be 0U pretty soon.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Got a little tricky.
See,
I'm glad you picked this game, though.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas coming off their first loss, had game day in Lawrence, another sellout in Lawrence. Way to go, Jayhawk Nation. Barely lost to TCU.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was close.
A big one. So Kansas, do they take the step up and are they that good of a team? Or does OU say, F it, we're going all out. We've got to turn our season around. We got to do whatever we can. We're at home too.
Right. They're playing in Norman.
Yeah.
I want Kansas to win so bad.
I'm going with Oklahoma.
Okay. I'm going to take Kansas.
You want to rock chalk Jayhawk?
Nothing would bring me greater joy for them to beat OU. So
yeah,
it'll make it more fun to watch the game, even though I could possibly lose to you. But I'm going to take the risk.
Yeah, sometimes life, you can't make good advances. And that one is also at 11 a.m.
This morning nonsense.
Oh, but listen to this. OU's a 9-point favorite.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. You told me that after I picked. I
I
still would have picked Kansas anyways, just because I really want them to win. So it'll be more fun.
Sides are meant to be beaten. All right. Alabama. Everyone respects Saban. Alabama has had some close calls, and this is what I hate about it at A&M last week. A&M, yeah, they had their former starter came off the field to be a backup. And Alabama had Jalen Milroe, who was once coming to Texas. He came.
Thank God he didn't, because all he does is throw turnovers.
Well,
interceptions. I mean,
that they try to give A&M that game, and A&M had one last shot, couldn't get it. So my point being, but A&M's look what we did, but they admonished or just overlooked the fact that Alabama survived in Austin.
That's right.
But I am going. So Tennessee is
good,
really good, and they've been down a long time until recently.
Yeah, they were terrible for years.
Heupel, the former OU quarterback who led them to a national championship, Josh Heupel's the head coach. I think he beats Saban. I think they go down in Knoxville this weekend.
Oh, man. I was actually going to pick Tennessee too, believe it or not, because I also would like to see Alabama lose. Because I think Alabama has just been getting by with the hair of their chin. And I think it's time that somebody blows their house down because, I mean, they're living in a hay house right now.
Yes.
It's just somebody, and there's people throwing matches all around them, and somebody is about to light that fire up.
I see what you're doing there, Tess. I see
doing some visuals for the
what
listeners.
I see what you're cooking in that kitchen.
Trying to make it visually entertaining.
It is.
So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Vols too.
Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would love to see them beat Alabama. And that's another. Is this another 11 a.m. game?
No, I think.
Good.
Oh wow, 2:30.
Okay.
I mean, I don't like that. Those big games.
I wish they would do that at night.
That should
Why
be.
wouldn't they play that game at night? That's kind of shocking to me that's not the prime time game.
Well, it's what it is. SEC, and people are going to have to get used to this. SEC has that contract with CBS, and CBS likes that afternoon slot for a lot of their big games.
As long as they don't like the morning slot. I
Yeah.
am not a morning slot person.
I'm not either. I mean, I can live with it for Texas OU, but
Yeah, but now I got a morning slot again.
you got another one. You got another one.
I'm praying the next 2 Texas home games, please let them be afternoon or night.
Yeah, exactly. So last, but definitely not least, you got a Big 12 showdown. This one will be, I'm not going to say an elimination game, but Oklahoma State, they've had a really good run this season. They're trying to get back to the Big 12 championship. TCU just obliterated Oklahoma.
Yep.
Fort Worth, and then walked away, I thought, with a tough win in Lawrence, Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
What are you leaning here? What are you thinking?
I'm going to go with OSU.
OSU Cowboys.
Their quarterback's good. I think this is kind of like their year.
God.
So, hello, Kitty.
Hello. Jesus
Hello,
Christ.
Kitty. Have you come to join the podcast? Chloe, who do you want to win, OSU or TCU? I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
You know what? I am too.
Yeah.
You know, but you
TCU
know what?
is going to have to really pull out. They're going to really have to pull something out of their eye. You know
We
what
have
I
to pull out. I don't.
They're going to have a little baby cowboy.
Little baby cowboy. So we
A
got
little
him.
cowpoke.
Little cowpoke.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think OSU. So it's so funny because now I've started to go look at the games and I'm like trying to pick out which games I think you're going to pick. So I just won because every game I picked is what you picked. Ha ha! I knew it.
You know what we should
I'd
do?
already done some pre-strategizing.
What do you think? We ought to throw in a random game each week from like the lower levels?
Why not?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Well,
Jim Bob College playing.
hey, do you remember when growing up, when we were much younger, back before expansion and of Texas, when it was Texas Memorial Stadium, and what's his name? Wally Pryor, the PA guy, would say late in the game in the scores, he'd say, and the big one, Slippery Rock. Always a Slippery Rock score.
I don't remember that.
Look at this. This is embarrassing.
People that can't see this are going to be like, "What the hell is he doing?" Sean is having kitty time right now.
But I'm trying to
one-on-one kitty time.
Come on. But a proposal with a ring pop. Guys in Canada look like it's at a Blue Jays game. Was that a setup? I mean, I still can't figure it out.
It looked real to me, but he should get his ring popped for doing that because that is so wrong. I mean, so wrong. I don't know. I mean, that's probably the worst thing you could do to somebody you've been dating for a really long time.
In front of everybody.
Well, because that's kind of a traditional thing to like propose to somebody at some sort of large sporting event. So it's like all the ingredients are there, and she's like, "Oh my god,
oh, I've been proposed
to." Yes, that would have been so cool. She said yes before he.
The hell is that? A ring? That thing was huge too. This young lady trying to teach her grandmother, what the term, what's a shart? But all I'm going to say before I play this, don't ever trust one. That's all I got to say, because if that happens, you better be close to home or bring a change of pants.
Equals shart. So when you have to shit your pants, you fart, but you accidentally shit, it's called shart.
Well, let me tell you, I had on my gown one night, and I thought, I've got to fart. And I got up, and I shit all over the floor going to the bathroom.
So that's called shart.
Aw, educating grandma.
And she was very blunt and had an example of a moment
Yeah. A very vivid moment. Very vivid. Are you really laughing at a fart joke right now? Are we those people?
I can't believe the fact that is on a lower third right now. What's a shart?
Hey, man, tell me something good.
Tell me something good. Brought to you by our guy, Kevin Hutchison. We got 3 sponsors in Tuesdays with Tes and Pickin Football. Got Hutch from Realty Austin, Honest AC and Plumbing, and Jim Saxton State Farm Insurance Agency, the OG and Westlake OG and former Longhorn quarterback, just like his dear old dad. God rest James Saxton, great man, former Longhorn great. Tell me something good, Tess. There's so many things to be grateful for.
Oh, Sean, I'm still riding high on our 49-0 shutout.
I can't believe it.
I'll probably be talking about that when I'm like that young lady telling her stories to her grandchild. I'll still be reminiscing about the 49-0. Remember the old 49-0 shutout?
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, so that is badass, and I'm like, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to take my mom to a game this weekend. We have a lot of fun together. We share a devout love for the University of Texas Longhorns, so I'm really, really pumped to spend some time with her on Saturday in one of my favorite environments in the world. So I'm excited.
I think that's cool. I'm excited. I can't wait for the photo. Yeah. Please do take a video.
I will have so many moments captured.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that will happen. The Mama Lori is everybody needs to experience that introduction and meeting, and her passion, just like her daughter for Texas football. It's pretty amazing.
So true. Apple
pretty amazing.
From the tree.
I'll tell you something good. I guess we'll keep it on relative to Texas OU. I love it. The fact that this is the second one I've seen as a fan at post the long career. And it's so much fun for me that you go back and it's almost like a given that you're going to have a reunion with everybody you ever worked with, everybody you got to experience those things with people you couldn't before because you were working. Got to see all the Oklahoma folks, everybody. And it's just, man, you're there. Everybody's having a good time. There was no drama.
I love it.
It was kind of quiet on the fairgrounds post shutout. I will admit that. And we were in a spirited section.
I love it. I'm so glad you got to experience it. I'm super
God.
jelly. But
2023.
I won't let it happen again. I can assure you,
Don't.
Sean, I will not let it happen again.
Don't let us down ever.
I won't.
Ever. So I don't even know how to summarize what all we went through, but that was a lot, and it was absolutely hilarious. For an older woman, too. We went from Texas football to an older woman talking about sharting. Tes Sawyer's been
we talked about the most important things, Sean.
Yeah, we did. We got it. We took care of it all.
This is first world problems. These are really things that people really, truly care about and want to listen to. And that's what we're here for.
Yeah, we're here for that.
Yeah. Got to keep you educated.
We got the content taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Down, Pat.
Much love, Tes Sawyer.
Much love, Sean Clinch.
Iowa State. I've got Stephen F. Tarleton, but I will be watching the Horns in beautiful Nacogdoches, Texas. And for Tes. And the OG Man Cave boys, horns up for Tes. Or as Eddie Radosevich in Oklahoma says, horns up for peace.
Peace out.
We out.